Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudeva ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Vāman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vijñāna Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Shri Rupa Nugogoriya Guru Varga ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Gunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai Nama Chai Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vrajat Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Sarv Abhishta Bhakta Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki Jai Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai Samagata Gaura Bhakt Shri Baladev Prabhu ki Jai Shri Baladev Purnima ki Jai Shri Rohini Nandan Revati Kanta Haladar Sankarshan Shri Baladev Prabhu ki Jai Shri Harinam Shri Baladev Purnima Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Chaturmasya Vrat ki Jai Vrat Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna everybody Hari Bol Yashoda Didi Shubhananda Prabhu let's see Prajumna Prabhu, Mantaramurti Mataji, Rupa Manjari Didi, Nitai, Ganga Mataji, and anybody else who's watching. Hare Krishna, everybody. Yes, oh, and Bhavatarani Mataji. Yes, we have a special guest here today. To Bhavatarani Mataji. She'll be singing a song about Pralamba, killing of Pralamba Sura. Yes. So. Yeah, we were wondering whether to do it at the beginning or end, but I think at the end might be better because then there's more people at the, right? Whatever you want. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have that special treat at the end. And just as I was, Hare Krishna Shubhananda Prabhu, just as I was doing the Jaidwani, I was looking on MailChimp. And look what I realized last year, I sent out something for Baladev Stotram. I completely forgot about that. And so maybe we can sing that. Wait, let me just open it up. Actually, you want to see me send out something on the Gaudiya Kirtan mailing list? Here, look, this is how I have it laid out. Happy Baladev Purnima. Oh God, I don't know if this is a good translation, but I'm going to send it out anyways. Let me just send it out. Here. Shri Baladev Stotram. Hopefully this doesn't get shared around way too much because this translation definitely needs to be fixed. But Okay. Okay, I'm sending it right now. Send now. Sorry guys, you get to watch how I make a Gaudiya Kirtan posting. Okay. Oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Oh no, I am sharing my screen. Okay. Send. Send now. What's the title? Baladeva Stotram. Okay, that's okay. Send now. Boom. All right. Hari Bol Nri Hari Prabhu. Okay, so now that it's sent out, I can check my email and it will be in my email. And then Baladev Purnima there. Great. View this in the browser. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now I'll read the translation and we can sing it. I bet while I'm reading the translation, I'm going to find big mistakes now. Anyways. O Lord of Lords, I bow to you, O Bhagavan Kamapala. O Balaram, I venerate you, who are directly Shesh and Ananta. You uphold the universe. You are whole and complete, replete with your supreme power. You hold a plow in your hand. O thousand-headed Sankarshan, I bow to you for eternity. O Baladev, you are the husband of Revati and the older brother of Achyuta. You wield the plow as a weapon. You are the killer of Pralamba. Protect me, O Supreme Person. I bow to you, O Bala, O Balabhadra. Your flag sports the image of a palm tree. You dress in blue garments. Your complexion is golden, and you are the son of Rohini. You are the enemy of Dhenuka, Mushtika, and Kuta, and the ender of Balabala. You are also the destroyer of Rukmi, Kupakarna, and Kumbhanda. You diverted the Yamuna river and brought her towards Hastinapur. You killed the Dvavida gorilla. You are the best of the Yadavas and the splendor of Raj. You killed Kamsa's brothers, traveled far and wide on pilgrimage. You are the master and guru to Duryodhan. Should be of Duryodhan, right? Anyways, O Prabhu, please protect me. Please protect me. O Achyuta, all glory to you. All glory to you. O Supreme Lord, you are Ananta himself. Your glories are spread to the ends of all directions. You are the worshipable Lord of the demigods, sages, and great snakes. You are the powerful wielder of the plow and mace. I bow unto you. That man who diligently studies this hymn will attain the supreme position of service to Sri Hari, and while in this world will have all the strength necessary to vanquish his enemies and accrue wealth and relatives. Interesting. Where is this from? This is from the Garga Samhita, from the Balabhadra Kanda, chapter 11. Okay, just checking the comments. Is it also shared in the WhatsApp group? No, it's not. I can share it though. Here, should I do that now? Yeah, I'll share it right now, because if I don't share it now, I definitely will forget. I always forget the two things whenever I want to immediately. Oops. 1 second. This is the stotram we're about to sing. Oh, 1 second. I just want to respond to this. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. 1 second, just getting my tongue up. Do you want the fan?
If it doesn't make too much noise. I'll see that we can put up in there.
I think it's okay. Is that fan too loud for you? You can let me know afterwards. Okay. Okay. Shri Baladev Stotram from the Garga Samhita. Let's make it big. I'll make it extra big. Devadi Dev. Let me just 1 second. Somebody is in the chat. Okay. Yashoda Didi says the fan's okay. Great. Devadi Deva Bhagavan Kamapala Namostute Namonantaya Sheshaya Shakshad Ramaya Te Nama Dharadharaya Purnaya Swadhamne Sirapanaye Sahasra Shirase Nityam Nama Sankarshanayate Revati Ramana Tvangvar Baladeva Chutagraja Halayuda Pralampagna Pahi Mam Purushottama Balaya Baladraya. Oh, sorry, let me try again. Balaya Balabhadraya Talankaya Namo Nama Nilambaraya Goraya Rohine Nayate Nama Dhenukarir Mushtikari Kutarir Balabalantaka Kutarir Balalantaka Rukmari Kupakarna. Sorry, I'm messing up a lot. Rukmari Kupakarnari Kumbanda Daristva Kumbandaristva me vahi Kumbandaristva me vahi. Sorry guys. Kalendi Bhedano Sitva Hastinapura Karshaka Dvividarir Yadavendro Vraja Mandala Mandana Kamsa Bhatri Prahantasi Tirtha Yatrakara Prabhu Duryodhana Guru Shakshat Pahi Pahi Prabhu Tvata Jai. What's the meter for this? 1 second, let me just figure this out. Oops. Jaya Jaya Chuta Deva Paratpara Swayamananta Diganta Gata Shuta Sura Munindra Paninindra Varayate Mushaline Baline Haline Namaha. Ya patet satatam stavantam nara Satu hare paramam padama brajet Jagati sarva balang tvarimardanam Bhavati tasya dhanam svajano ghanam. I actually have no idea how to sing this, so I just, anyways. But there's also another thing that we can sing. There's we recited this in our japa program. This is the Shri Balaram Vandana. Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Bhāratī Gosvāmī, he explains these, he speaks on these. And also it's in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha Bengali version. It's the official pranam mantra for Baladeva kathā. Namaste tu hala grama, namaste mushula yudha, namaste revati kanta, namaste bhakta vatsala. Obeisances to you, O holder of the plough. Obeisances to you, O wielder of the mace. Obeisances to you, O darling of Revati. Obeisances to you, O kind benefactor of your devotees. Namaste dharani dhara, namaste balinam shreshta, pralambare namaste tu, trahimam Krishna purvaja. Obeisances to you, O upholder of the earth. Obeisances to you, O best of the strong. Obeisances to you, O enemy of Pralamba. Please deliver me, O older brother of Krishna. Jai Jaya Baladeva Prabhu Baladeva Rohini Nandana Baladeva Jai Baladeva Jai Baladeva Jaya Rohini Nandana Baladeva. Hare Krishna. Alright, so today we will be reading a class by my Gurudev, and actually Prajumna Prabhu, he just now sent me a link to read of a class of Gurudevs to read, and so we can check that out. I was planning on reading something else, but we can read that also, and then we'll also read Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's class afterwards, and then we'll have the special song by Bhavatarani Mataji. There you go. So 1 second, I'm just putting them down here. Alright. Just checking the comments. Oh, Hari Bol, Vidyalala Sadidi, and Raseshwari Mataji. You're able to make it. You're with your Gurudev right now, right, Raseshwari Mataji? Oh, one good news for you, but I know you haven't been able to join the last few programs because you've been with your Gurudev, but we haven't been reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat, so you won't be behind at all when we start again. Alright. purebhakti.com. Okay, so it's this one. Wow, so there are 4 different classes by my Gurudev. And also this one, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Baladev's appearance. So maybe let's read this. I have to fix that. Gosvāmī. Let's just see what the tour report thing says. In 2006, over 700 devotees from India and abroad were present each evening for Srila Rupa Goswami's Disappearance Day Festival and Sri Baladeva Prabhu's Appearance Day Festivals, held from August 6th to August 9th. Also in the mornings, several scholars and senior scholarly devotees spoke on this occasion. Although seated on the raised platform with several scholars present, Śrīla Nārāyaṇa Maharaj, my Śrīla Gurudev, spoke only a few words due to health restrictions. We are presenting this lecture from a previous year, 2005, glorifying both Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī and Śrī Baladeva Prabhu. Was this... I wonder if this was spoken on Baladeva Purnima though. I think so. One second. Okay. Yes, this was spoken. Today is also Baladeva Purnima. So even after 4 days, no, after how many days? 3 days has it been? Yeah, 3 days of all-day glorifications of Rupa Gosvāmī. That wasn't enough, and my Gurudev had to speak about Rupa Gosvāmī on Baladeva Purnima. That's how attached to Rupa Gosvāmī my Śrīla Gurudev is. Should we read that? Yeah, my Gurudev spoke on Rupa Gosvāmī on Baladeva Purnima still, and so why shouldn't we also? So I'll read from this point on. Let's read it here. Okay. Okay. So many people have spoken about Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, even if Anantadev, even if Anantadev, the many thousand-headed serpent who holds the universes on his hoods, even if Anantadev speaks for thousands of years with his thousands of mouths, he will not be able to complete the topic of Rupa Gosvāmī. Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī's pastimes, characteristics, and transcendental qualities are oceanic. I am on the shore of that ocean, looking at that ocean. I have a desire to enter it, but I am not even able to touch it. Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī took the definition verse of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Ete Changsa Kala Pungsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That means all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. He is Swayam Bhagavan. So that is the definition verse. And explaining that verse, he gave. And so just like this is the definition verse of Swayam Bhagavan in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, then he gave the definition verse of Bhakti. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. I think that's what it's supposed to be saying. It says explaining that he gave the definition of bhakti, but I have a feeling that's a mistranslation. Anyways, so this is a definition verse of bhakti. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruit of activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. The beginning stage of Uttama Bhakti is Sadhan Bhakti, and Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī has defined that as well. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana bhida nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridi sadhyata. When transcendental devotional service by which love for Krishna is attained and it's executed by the senses, it is called Sadhan Bhakti, or the regulative discharge of devotional service. Such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. The awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service in practice. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I don't know why it says Chaitanya, I guess it's quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but it's from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What most people are practicing is not really sadhan bhakti, but sadhan abhas, the shadow or dim reflection of sadhan. In sadhan bhakti, the devotee constantly makes bhav bhakti the goal of all his activities. And in sadhan bhakti, the devotee engages all the endeavors of his senses to achieve the nitya siddha bhav, the love of God which is eternally present in the living entity. His eternally perfected bhav, his eternally perfected nature, which is in his soul. If we don't know the meaning of bhav, how can we do sadhan? Therefore, Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī has given the definition of bhav bhakti as well. Shuddha sattva visheshatma prema suryangsu samyabhak ruchibhis chittamasrinya kridaso bhava uchyate. When devotional service is executed on the transcendental platform of pure goodness, it is like a sun ray of love for Krishna. At such a time, devotional service causes the hearts to be softened by various tastes, and one is then situated in bhav. That's from Sri Chaitanya. That's also from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prem, pure devotional service and pure love of God, is compared with the sun, and bhav bhakti is like one ray of that sun. Those who have achieved bhav and are performing bhakti to achieve prem are practicing another type of sadhan called bhav bhakti. What is prem? Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī also gave that definition. In prem, there are particular symptoms present in the heart. The devotee's heart is completely melted, and he is endowed with a sense of complete possessiveness, mamata, towards Sri Krishna. For example, Mother Yashoda thinks, Krishna is my son. Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī has given us all these definitions, and he also gave us the definition of Mahabhav. There's an endnote that shows that definition. Everyone is saying Mahabhav, Mahabhav, but what exactly is Mahabhav? First, we should know what is Anurag. At the stage of Anurag, the devotee always sees Krishna in ever fresh ways. In the morning, Srimati Radhika says, "Who is that boy? I have never seen him before. He is very attractive." Lalita replies, "Who is he? You do not know? All last night you were with him." Srimati Radhika then says, No, I've never seen him before." When that Anurag reaches its most condensed stage, there is a competition between Sri Krishna and the gopis. When Srimati Radhika sees Krishna, her attraction to him and her desire to please him swell. When he feels that, he feels so happy. Then, when Srimati Radhika sees his happiness, her happiness increases. In this way, there is a never-ending competition between the Anurag of Krishna and the Anurag of the gopis. When the Anurag reaches a very high stage, it is called Yavat Ashraya Vritti. Yavat means up to the extreme limit. Sri Krishna is Vishai, the enjoyer and object of pure transcendental love. And the devotee is Ashray, the enjoyed, or the container or reservoir of that love. Krishna is the object and the devotee is the container. Of all the enjoyers, Vishaya Tattva, Sri Krishna is the topmost. And of all reservoirs of love, as the enjoyed, the Ashray Tattva, Srimati Radhika is the topmost. Enjoyed wouldn't be the right thing for Ashray. Enjoyed means, what is it? Bhoja? Is it? Anyways. Bhokta and... Anyways, but she's the abode of love for Krishna. Krishna is the object of love, and she is the abode of love. I guess. Yeah. Yavat Ashraya Vritti. Vritti means tendency. The stage in which the tendency of the ashray to love Krishna increases up to the very topmost stage is called Swasamvedya Dasha. Dasha means condition. This condition is so exalted that only the person who is experiencing it can actually explain or understand what it is. There are three aspects or sections in prema. There is the object, the subject, and the exchange between them. When anurag becomes very thick, it comes to such a high stage that all the distinctions between these three diminish. Only the experience of the mellow taste of the relationship remains. This stage is so exalted that Srimati Radhika forgets that I am Radhika, and Shri Krishna forgets that I am Krishna. At this stage, prem, that pure transcendental love, which is the doer, becomes prominent, and only the feeling of happiness remains. Who is the object and who is the subject? This understanding is lost in the stage of swa-samvedya dasha. It is impossible to explain this appropriately. Only Srimati Radhika, who experiences it, can explain it. In yavata ashraya vritti, there is an ever-increasing attraction towards Krishna, and it reaches the topmost stage of swa-samvedya dasha. At this stage, all ashta-sattvic bhavs, all 8 types of transcendental bodily transformations, completely manifest in one person and in one place to the fullest extent. Normally, there are 5 levels of experiencing sattvika bhavs. There's dhumayita, jwalita, dipta, udipta, sudipta. There's smoking, smoldering or lighted, blazing, inflamed, and then intensely inflamed or fully blazing, sudipta. Perhaps 1 or 2 ashta-sattvic bhavs appear in a very low stage of prem. In the stage of swa-samvedya dasha, however, all 8 ashta-sattvic bhavs are completely and fully present at one time. Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī has explained all these stages of love. Without his mercy, how could we know any of this? Anurag increases up to the topmost stage of Madhanakya Mahabhav, and that Madhanakya Mahabhav is experienced only by Srimati Radhika. It is not even experienced by Shri Krishna. Madhanakya Mahabhav is experienced only during Srimati Radhika's meeting with Krishna, and in that stage, the moods of both meeting and separation are present. We are indebted to Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī. He has given us all these sublime topics, especially in his book Shri Ujjvala Nilamani. Today is also Baladeva Purnima. Today is the appearance day of Lord Balaram. In Mathura, and especially in Vrindavan, many people believe that Balaram Prabhu is 1 year older than Shri Krishna. Therefore, they do not celebrate his appearance day today. Rather, they observe it on the day called Baladev Shat. Shat means 6 days after the full moon. Yeah, there's a big, in Mathura, there's a big festival on Baladev Shat. I think most of the Mathura Vasis follow, on Baladev Shat. These people think that Baladev was actually born 1 year and 2 days before Krishna. But this is not possible. Of course, some pastimes may be different according to the different days of Brahma. The pastimes in one day of Brahma may be different from the pastimes in the next day. However, Śrīla Jiva Gosvāmī has described everything in Sri Gopal Champu. He rhetorically asks, how is it possible that Balaram could be 1 year older than Krishna? Srimad Bhagavatam says that they both crawled on their hands and knees together. They were both given their nam samskar, their name-giving ceremony was performed on the same day. If Baladev were 1 year older than Krishna, was he 1 year without a name? For all these reasons, we cannot accept that conclusion. Śrīla Jiva Gosvāmī has explained that the original Balaram, Rohini Nandan Ram, is always present in Vrindavan. Just as Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, so Balaram also does not leave. He was actually present in Vrindavan in the womb of his mother Rohini for 14 months. We hear in Srimad Bhagavatam that the first 6 children of Devaki were killed by Kamsa, and that the 7th child was a miscarriage. This statement is reconciled in the commentaries of our acharyas. The original Balaram was in Vrindavan. He was in the womb of Rohini since the beginning for 14 months. But for 7 months, his manifestation or partial form called Sankarshan or Mathuresh Balaram was in the womb of Devaki. Then, after 7 months, as the Srimad Bhagavatam seems to say, Devaki had a miscarriage. But there was no miscarriage. After 7 months, Yogamaya transferred the partial expansion of Balaram from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, where the full expansion of Balaram was already present. The partial expansion then merged with the complete Balaram. The original form of Balaram is eternally present in Vrindavan and is called Rohini Nandan. His expansions stay in Mathura and Dwarka as the first Chaturvyuha, the first quadruple expansion, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradumna, and Aniruddha. The first quadruple stays in Mathura and Dwarka. The second quadruple expansion, the second Chaturvyuha, resides in the Vaikuntha planets. From that second quadruple expansion, Balaram Prabhu expands himself as the Purusha avatars. Those are the incarnations who create, maintain, and destroy the material world. The first Purusha avatar is Mahavishnu, from whom millions upon millions of universes emanate. That's Karanadakshay Vishnu. From that Mahavishnu, he further expands again as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the incarnation of Vishnu who lies at the bottom of each universe. From Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who is the second Purusha avatar, Balaram further expands as Kshirodakshay Vishnu, or Paramatma, the Supersoul in the hearts of every living entity. From that Kshirodakshay Vishnu, he expands again as Shesh, and again he expands as Ananta. Shesh is that incarnation who carries all the universes on his head. All these incarnations are expansions of that Balaram Prabhu. Lord Balaram is like a farmer. He's like a farmer in the sense that he is cultivating unlimited types of jivas for the service of the Supreme Lord. He manifests the Nitya Siddha, the eternally liberated jivas, for the service of Shri Shri Radha Krishna in Vraj Vrindavan. As Mahasankarshan, he manifests, cultivates, and sustains the jivas for the service of Lord Narayan and all the other incarnations, like Shri Ram, Matsya, and Kurma. Then again, he produces the Tatashta Shakti jivas for this world, who come from the glance of Mahavishnu. Balaram is cultivating, and that is why he carries a plow. He performs the job of cultivating jivas for the service of Shri Krishna. Why does he carry a plow? Because he's cultivating the jivas for the service of Shri Krishna. That's nice. So we see how Baladeva Prabhu, he's the first expansion of Krishna, so he's completely non-different from Krishna, and so from the very top, and we see in every universe and every form, he is the main servitor of Krishna, all the way to the very bottom of creation of Ananta Shesh, who's holding everything up. So because he is the main authority on service to Krishna, he's the one who prepares us for service to Krishna. So we have to go through Baladeva Prabhu to attain Krishna, like we have to go through Nityananda Prabhu to attain Mahaprabhu, or to attain Radha and Krishna, right? That's Narottam Das Thakur says, what is it? Nitayar Karuna Habe, Vraja Radha Krishna Pabe. And Heno Nitai Vine Bhai, Radha Krishna Paitenai. Without the mercy of Baladeva Prabhu, one can never attain Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Alright, so then Pradyumna Prabhu sent me something else he wants me to read. This one. Let's see, does it repeat the same points? Wow, this looks very long. Our relationship with Baladev. This is spoken by my Gurudev in the Krishna Balaram Mandir, August 2nd, 1993. Okay, so here my Guru is still saying the same thing about Baladev Shat. So we can skip that. Okay, then Rohini, Devaki had a miscarriage, then all the expansions of Baladev Prabhu. Okay, so let's read from this point on. Oh, when it says Krishna Balar Mandir Vrindavan, I think it refers to... Oh no, 1993. Okay, so this is Krishna Balar Mandir ISKCON. Okay. Interesting. Let's open this in Reader so you can make the text big. And I'm just going to check the comments really quick. I wasn't expecting to read this, so hopefully we have enough time. Haribol Surevi Didi. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let me just change the formatting for this. It's a little bit too big. Okay. All right. Okay, so skipping all this because we already read about this. Okay, Baladev and Krishna are the same. There is no difference between Krishna and Baladev. Krishna is Swayamrup, and Baladev Prabhu is also like that. But still, he is Krishna's Prakash, or manifestation. There's only some difference in color and paraphernalia. Baladev never carries his hala and mushala, his plow and club, and vraj. And Krishna also never carries any weapon there. He only carries his vankshi, and Baladev Prabhu carries only his shringar, his buffalo horn. Sometimes Baladev also carries a vankshi, but the vankshi is not prominent. Krishna also carries a shringar, a buffalo horn, but the vankshi is prominent for him. By that vankshi, he performs ras lila and all similar pastimes. Baladev does not keep a plow or club because there is no use for them in vraj. Where all his leelas are madhur, there's no use for his club, his plow, and vraj, where all his leelas are madhur, sweet. Only thing is, he does use his plow in that, at Ramghat, when he drags the Yamuna. Anyway. He is not married in vraj, and Krishna is also not married there, not openly at least. Yeah, isn't the plow used for farming? Yeah, is plow the right word? I mean, that's why my Gurudev was saying in the previous thing that plow is right with his mushal he cultivates the jivas, right? And pranams Rukmini Didi, by the way. Okay, they only engage in their sweet leelas there. In Dwarka, however, it is Vasudev Nandan and Devaki Nandan who appear. Vrindavana parityaja na padam ekam gacchati. It is only the part of Krishna. It is not only the part of Krishna, but also the part of Baladev Prabhu who go there. Baladev Prabhu also, just like Krishna, he never leaves Vrindavan. He always lives in Vrindavan. Someone may say that Baladev was in the womb of Rohini in Mathura, and at that time, therefore, he was out of Vrindavan. But this is not true. Rohini is a Vishuddha Vrajavasi. She is always in the consciousness that I am a Vrajavasi, Even when Nanda Baba and the cowherd boys went to Mathura with Krishna, they were still in Vrindavan because their consciousness was such. Yogamaya Purnamasi apparently lived in Ujjain before moving to Vrindavan, but actually she is an eternal Vishuddha Vrajavasi. Rohini apparently came from Mathura, but she is also an eternal Vishuddha Vrajavasi. Therefore, when Rohini Nandan Baladev appeared in her womb, he was in Vrindavan. Baladev is Sat. Krishna is a mixture of Sat, Chit, and Ananda. The meaning of Sat is Sattva, the existence potency. Chit here means bhav, transcendental loving emotions manifested in the 5 rasas. In the ordinary sense, it is taken as gyan, as knowledge. But there is no gyan in that sense in Vrindavan. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Rukmini Didi is asking a good question. She's saying, what about Balaram when he was in the womb of Devaki? Was that referring to, was Baladev Mul Sankarshan? I think so. Yeah, because then the Mul Sankarshan merged with the original. Just like Krishna, Vasudev Nandan Krishna merged in with Nanda Nandan Krishna. And so then I think I think Devaki Nandan Baladev merged in with Rohini Nandan Baladev, this Mul Sankarshan merging in with the original form of Baladev. That's my guess. Yeah. So sorry, let me just so Chit refers to bhav. It means the transcendental loving emotions manifested in the 5 rasas, the different relationships with Krishna. In the ordinary sense, it means gyan, knowledge, but there's no gyan in that sense in Vrindavan. Only this knowledge of a relationship with Krishna. That's what's manifested in Vrindavan. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Gyane prayasam udupasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam stane stita shrutigatam tanuvang manobhir ye prayasa jita jito pyasitais trilokyam. My dear Lord, those devotees who have thrown away the impersonal conception of the absolute truth and have therefore abandoned discussing empiric philosophical truths should hear from self-realized devotees about your holy name, form, pastimes, and qualities. If you want to serve Krishna and Srimati Radhika and Vraj Bhav, you will have to leave Gyan. You will have to try to hear only the pastimes of Krishna, to remember them, and to chant the names of Krishna and Radhika. Otherwise, if you are not ekantik, if you are not one-pointed, you cannot approach Vraj. When Tattva Gyan becomes Bhav, that Bhav can reach to Vrindavan, and we can serve in Vraj with that Bhav. And just when my Gurudev is saying this, he's saying this is our aspiration. He's not saying right now we should never, read anything else. We should never, but ultimately, when we get in that stage, then we have to become completely one-pointed. But if we try to do this right now at this stage, that would be premature, and it would, yeah. When Tattva Gyan becomes Bhav, that Bhav can reach to Vrindavan, and we can serve in Vraj with that Bhav. In the ordinary sense, Gyan is only in relation to Brahman. Those who are Gyanis think themselves Brahman. When Gyan is Tattva Gyan, realization of Bhagavan, one can go to Vaikuntha, but he cannot reach Vrindavan. Here Gyan means the bhav experienced in the 5 rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. This is called Samvit, the knowledge potency, the potency by which Krishna knows himself and by which others know him. The essence or sum and substance of Hladini is called Prem, and Prem personified is Srimati Radhika. So, there we have. Baladev Prabhu is the Adhishtatri Devata, the predominating deity of Sat, of Sattva, or Sandhini. Krishna is the Adhishtatri Devata of Chit, that is both Gyan and Bhav together. And Srimati Radhika is the Adhishtatri Devi of Ladini. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat is the existence potency. The Jiva is also ever living or ever existing. But Baladeva is the master of all. He is the personification of Sat. He is the original existence potency. We see Krishna. We see his Vangshi. We see all the Vrajavasis. We see this world and we see the Jivas. All are expansions of Baladev Prabhu. Krishna with Baladev and Radharani is Vrajendra Nandan Shama Sundar. Without Baladev, there would be no existence of the pastimes of Radha Krishna, and no existence of the gopis, no existence of the land of Vrindavan, because he is the existence potency. There would be no existence of Radha and Krishna and the gopis, and no existence of the land of Vrindavan, because he is the existence potency. All the associates of Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, and Vatsalya rasas, they are all manifestations of Baladev. Wow, so in those rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, and Vatsalya, they are all manifestations of Baladev. Regarding Madhur ras, those gopis who are Kaya Vyuha Rupa, who are bodily expansions of Srimati Radhika, are her manifestations. But if anybody knows the answer to this, let me know. But as far as I understand, okay, this is just what I think. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm correct. All jivas, even if they are in, Madhur ras, they are not Kaya Vyuha Rupa. They are coming from Baladev Prabhu. This is referring to like the 108 gopis and like that. They are Kaya Vyuha Rupa, the bodily expansions of Srimati Radhika. But not it doesn't just mean like all the different, like that. Yeah, Rukmini Didi saying that's also my understanding, yes. Yeah, all Jiva Tattva is from Baladev Prabhu. Baladev Prabhu serves in all rasas, but not in Shringar or Madhur ras. To serve in that ras, he takes the form of Ananga Manjari. Our root cause is Baladev. The root of all jivas, the cause of all jivas is Baladev Prabhu. In Vraj, the jivas have manifested from the original Baladev. They have never come to this world. They have always served Radha and Krishna in Madhur ras or Sakhya ras, or Dasya ras or anything like that. From Baladev comes Mul Sankarshan in Dwarka. Asanka, innumerable jivas come from Baladev in his form as Mul Sankarshan, and they serve Dwarkadish and Mathuresh Krishna in so many ways. Sorry. So, I was thinking about something else. So, innumerable jivas come from Baladev in his form as Mul Sankarshan, and they serve Dwarkadish and Mathuresh Krishna in so many ways. From Mul Sankarshan comes Mahasankarshan in Vaikuntha. He manifests the Mukta jivas there, and they eternally serve Ram, Krishna, Kalki, Vaman, Narayan, and all other Swangsa incarnations. From Mahasankarshan comes Karanadakshay Vishnu in the Tatastha region, and he manifests the Tatastha jivas. Wow, that's really interesting. I've never heard that before. That the original Baladev Prabhu, he manifests everyone in Vrindavan, then the Mul Sankarshan manifests everyone in Mathura and Dwarka, then Mahasankarshan manifests all the everybody in Vaikuntha. And then comes the Tatashta region, Karnadakshay Vishnu, and he manifests the Tatashta jivas. Among them, some become free from Maya, and some become Baddha jivas, conditioned souls. In this way, we see that all kinds of jivas have come from Baladev. It is told like this in the scriptures, but actually there is no birth of the jivas. They are all eternal, like Baladev Prabhu himself. This is only said to convince the sadharan, the ordinary jivas or conditioned souls. Also, there's no material language that can explain it. So it has to be, these points are the most subtle of the subtle, and no material words can explain what's like transcendental phenomena. So there will always be some fault in these explanations with material, with material words. And Rukmini Didi says that the Tatastha Jivas manifesting from Mahavishnu is also in Paramatma Sandarbha. Okay, great. So that's the source of that. There are so many things that Shastra has told us, whereas in reality, in Goloka Vrindavan Dham, these things will be seen in another way. Okay, so that's the first class. Then there's part 2. So this class is divided into 2 parts. What time is it now? It's 8 o'clock. Maybe we can read the second part tomorrow, but I really wanted to read Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī's glorification. So maybe we'll save that for next time. And for now, we can read. I'm going to go read Baladeva. 1 second. Let me make this small. Here. Okay, so now we will move on to Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī's class. I wonder, maybe we should read that second part of my Gurudev's class, and I can read this from Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī tomorrow. That might be good, actually. I'm going to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm so indecisive. Okay, so let's continue with this. Oh, whoops. We were at the right spot, and then I lost the spot. Okay. So continuing on. All scriptures such as Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is my Gurudev again. All scriptures such as Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam are nothing but the glorification of Sri Baladeva Prabhu. Baladev in Akhanda Guru Tattva, that is, sorry, I think that's supposed to say is. Baladev is Akhanda Guru Tattva. That is, he personifies the principle of teaching all souls how to serve Krishna. All scriptures are only the glorification of service to Krishna, and therefore, all scriptures glorify Baladev. Both forms of Bhagavatam, that is, the Grantha Bhagavat, the book Bhagavat, and the Bhakta Bhagavat, the person Bhagavat, are manifestations of Baladeva Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam, for example, is said to be the body of Krishna. The first 2 cantos. How does that verse go? Pado yadiyo pratama dvitiyo tritiya turyo kadita yad uru nabistata panchamam evam shashto. Anyways, the first 2 cantos are his 2 lotus feet, etc. The existence of Krishna's form is a manifestation of and rests upon his existence potency. Sandhini Shakti or Baladev. Krishna's form is a manifestation of and rests upon his existence potency, his Sandhini Shakti or Baladev. Regarding the Bhakta Bhagavat, he is the bona fide Guru, and all Gurus manifest from Baladev. Without Baladev's mercy, one cannot attain the mercy of Krishna. Baladev exhibits all moods and rasas for serving Krishna. And in his inner mood, he also has madhur ras. To manifest that mood, he becomes Ananga Manjari. Baladev manifests Shastra. In the forest of Naimisharanya, I always say madhur ras instead of madhurya ras because that's how my Gurudev writes it in all of his Hindi books. That's how I've seen it in all of our books from all of our acharyas in Bengali. And I've only seen it written Madhurya Ras in like in the BBT books. And I don't think it's wrong to say Madhurya Ras, but that's usually the default. It's always Madhur Ras. Okay, Baladev manifests Shastra. In the forest of Naimisharanya, during the recitation of the Puranas and Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam had not yet manifested, the speaker, Romaharshan Sutta, did not stand up when Balaram arrived. Balaram is the guru of all gurus. He is also the guru of Vyasadeva, who is the guru of Romaharshan Sutta. By offending Balaram, Romaharshan Sutta exhibited that he was not actually part of Akhanda Guru Tattva, and he was killed. The son of Romaharshan Sutta was Ugrasrava Sutta, or Sutta Gosvāmī. By Balaram Prabhu's placing his hand on Sutta Goswami's head, all the scriptures manifested in his heart. This is the actual process. Unless the bona fide Guru gives his causeless mercy, real tattva cannot manifest in the heart of the disciple. Sutta Goswami was initiated by Sri Shukadeva Goswami and heard Srimad Bhagavatam from him. Yam pravajantam anupetam apeta krityam dvaipayano virahaka tara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedus tang sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Srila Sutta Goswami said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage Shukadeva Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all. When he went away to take up the renounced order of life, sannyas, leaving home without undergoing reformation by the sacred thread or the ceremonies observed by the higher castes, his father, Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, 'O my son!' Indeed, only the trees, which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation, echoed in response to the bereaved father. All of Vraj is a manifestation of Balaram. Balaram has also manifested as Giri Govardhan, but there are many subtle intricacies here. According to Rasa Tattva, Govardhan is a manifestation of Srimati Radhika, but in general, everything comes from Balaram. Baladev gives knowledge. Baladev killed the donkey demon, Dhenukasura. God, in this article, there's no H's anywhere. It's missing from Akhanda, it's missing from Dhenukasura, it's missing from another place also. Anyways, sorry, I just, these kinds of things bug me. Balaram killed the demon Dhenukasura. Dhenu represents ignorance, and ignorance is destroyed by Guru. Balaram is the source of all bona fide gurus, and he is Akhanda Guru Tattva, the complete and undivided principle of Guru. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, but my spiritual master has opened my darkened eyes by the torchlight of knowledge. Yeah, it said Sakya Rukmini, it said without an H. God, these articles need to be proofread at least. So Balaram is the source of all bona fide gurus. He is a Akhanda Guru Tattva. What kind of gyan does Guru give? Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Upasak and Upasana Tattva, knowledge of Bhakta and the Bhagavan, Maya Tattva, Prem Tattva, all the way up to Madanakya Mahabhav and all other tattvas manifest in the heart of the disciple. Balaram carries a plough and a club. With his plough, he cultivates the field of devotion by removing anarthas. In this way, he prepares the ground to sow the seed of Prem Bhakti. Then, with his club, he protects the growing plant by removing anarthas that have come after sowing the seed. Balaram gives chit bal, spiritual strength, to the unmukha, the jiva, the liberated associates of Krishna. And for the vimukha jivas, the conditioned soul, he comes as Guru Tattva. Unmukha means turned towards Krishna. Those jivas are liberated associates of Krishna, and vimukha means they're turned away from Krishna. So they're the conditioned souls. So for those jivas, he comes as Guru Tattva. Bhakti, beginning from Shraddha and going up to the highest limit of Ruddha and Arirudha, Madanakya Mahabhav. This rests on the platform of Sandhini, which is personified by Balaram. H missing from Sandhini also. Apparent dualities, apparent differences between Baladev and Krishna. The Naravat Lila, or human-like pastimes of Krishna and Balaram, cannot take place without apparent differences of opinion between them. There was a fight between Duryodhan, also missing an H. I think that's the 6th H missing now. At least they put an H in Bhima. There was a fight between Duryodhan and Bhima at the end of the Kurukshetra battle. Baladev was inclined towards Duryodhan and Krishna towards Bhima. Balaram considered Duryodhan his disciple. Balaram considered Duryodhan his disciple, and therefore he had affection for him. So we see that's why Baladev is for us. He has mercy, affection for the most fallen, degraded people, and so that's why Nityananda Prabhu, he's here for us. He's here to save us. We're also like Duryodhan. So Balaram had considered Duryodhan his disciple and therefore had much affection for him. Krishna gave a hint to Bhima to strike the thigh of Duryodhan. Baladev considered that Krishna instigated Bhima to violate the rules of Kshatriya conduct. He became angry and wanted to kill Bhima, but Krishna stopped him. I'm just looking at Rukmini's comment. Another apparent difference occurred in relation to Arjuna. Arjuna disguised himself as a sannyasi and wanted to marry Subhadra, Krishna's sister. All the Dwarkavasis heard the news of the advanced sannyasi. Krishna offered him obeisances, and all others followed his example. Later on, during the kidnapping of Subhadra, Subhadra got on a chariot, and Arjuna caught her hands, and she pulled him onto the chariot. She then drove as Arjuna fought with the opposing soldiers. Baladev took his club and plow and was ready to kill Arjuna. Krishna asked him, "Where are you going?" Balaram answered, "To kill Arjuna. He has abducted Subhadra." Krishna replied, "I did the same thing. I kidnapped Rukmini. Aniruddha kidnapped Usha, and Samba kidnapped Lakshmana. There is nothing wrong in that. Besides, why do you say Arjuna kidnapped Subhadra? Subhadra herself pulled Arjuna up onto the chariot, and she herself drove that chariot. So she's kidnapping Arjuna now." No, she's the one. He's not kidnapping her. "Moreover, if you kill Arjuna, Subhadra will become a widow." Baladev finally said, "Why didn't you tell me that before?" Why did Balaram not know earlier that the sannyasi was Arjuna? The cause was Yogamaya. Yogamaya is only a manifestation of Radhika, and yet she even makes Radhika forget. Pralambasura. The song you're going to sing is about Pralambasura? Yes. Okay, so we're going to hear Bhavatarani Mataji's song about this lila after the reading. Pralambasura. Pralambasura took Balaram on his shoulders, and Balaram killed him by giving him a blow. The significance of this pastime is that Guru Tattva removes the duplicity, the kapatata, of the disciple. Sometimes the Guru may even publicly point out the disciple's defect, and if the disciple is insincere, he may become angry and ignorantly leave his Sadguru, his bona fide Guru. There's many examples of Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj publicly pointing out the disciple's defects. That was his... I heard one story, there's many of these, but I think there was one disciple named Premji, and he one time, in private, revealed to Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj, I think, maybe maybe Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj just knew, but I think it was in private he revealed to him that he had an addiction to looking at porn. And so then in the middle of class, Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj said, Premji, watching pornographic something like watching pornographic films like that in front of everybody, and he would he would just he would do it again and again and again and again. So but that disciple was very sincere, and so he could tolerate it, and he would keep on sitting up in the front where he would be the object of Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja's chastisement. Dravida gorilla. Oh, that's a fun one. Dravida the gorilla wanted some revenge. Okay. That is also a song by Bhavatarani Mataji. During the time of Ramachandra, Dravida liked Ram, but not Lakshman. He knew that Balaram was previously that same Lakshman, and therefore he tried to kill him at Raivata Parvat. Even Ravan and Meghanath could not kill Dravida in Ram Lila, but Balaram easily did so. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Alright, so what time is it now? It's 8:17. Okay, so I think this is a good time to stop for now, and then tomorrow I can read this class by Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī on Baladeva Purnima. I think it will still be Baladeva Purnima for those of you in the West, right? Rukmini Didi, is it Baladeva Purnima for you right now, or will it be tomorrow? You can let me. Oh, here it is today. Actually, let me just check. Let's see how long this class of Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī is. If it's not too long, then I think we can read it. Or maybe let's just skip around. Yeah, let's do that. Let's skip around the different points that my Gurudev didn't mention. We can just, yeah, I'm going to do that because it's not Baladeva, it's Baladeva Purnima there today in America, so I'll just, okay. So he first starts his class, Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī. This is a class that he gave in 2014, August 10. He starts his class with this pranam mantra that we already said. Namaste dharani wait, that's not the first verse. Is it? Oh, it's missing the first verse. Anyways, this first verse here. Namaste tu halagrama, namaste mushkala yuda, namaste revati kanta, namaste bhaktavatsala, namaste dharani dhara, namaste balinam shreshta, pralambare, namaste tu, sorry, trahi mam krishna purvaja. And study scriptures under the guidance of Vaishnavas. Janma karma chame divyam. The subject of Bhagavan's birth and activities are all divine and wonderful, as well as incomprehensible to our mundane intellect. Those who haven't studied Srimad Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of a Vaishnav have various doubts. In Puri, a group of devotees from abroad would daily approach me seeking answers to a host of questions. The nature of their queries went such as, when did Mother Rohini conceive Balaram in her womb? So what has been understood from the shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam? Sri Balaram is the first expansion, the Prakash Vigraha of Sri Krishna, and from him expands Karana Dakshai Vishnu, Garbha Dakshai, and Kshira Dakshai, and Shesh. When Krishna bewildered Brahma, he showed how all the cowherd boys and calves had four-handed Narayan forms. So did these Narayan forms enter the womb and take birth? No. How can those who have not acquired any spiritual knowledge understand these topics? Wait, I didn't fully understand this. Balaram is the first expansion, the Prakash Vigraha of Krishna, and from him expands Karanakshay. Yeah. So when Krishna bewildered Brahma, he showed how all the cowherd boys had four-handed Narayan forms. So did these Narayan forms enter the womb and take birth? No. Okay. How can those who have not acquired any spiritual knowledge understand these topics? Devaki's seventh pregnancy, Balaram, was attracted to the womb of Rohini. Can we fathom such a phenomenon? All these things are possible because Bhagavan is Sarva Shaktiman. He is the possessor of all strength. As a mere child of 6 days, Krishna so effortlessly killed Putana, whose body was 6 krosha long, approximately 18 kilometers, simply by the act of sucking her breast milk. As Putana's mammoth body lay lifeless, Krishna was without fear playing on the upper portion of her breast. The Vrajvasis had to use a ladder to retrieve him. Krishna was smiling, entirely unscathed, while a gigantic Putana lay slain. Krishna didn't even have to assume any huge form to kill her. Everything about Krishna is transcendental. Similarly, Balaram sanctified Devaki's womb by first appearing in it, and then during the 8th pregnancy, Krishna appeared in Devaki's womb in a splendid 4-handed form, holding a conch, disc, club, and lotus. Is any baby born in this manner? So how was this possible? When Vasudeva chanted hymns, nothing happened. But when Devaki prayed, "Now that you have so mercifully accepted to appear as our child," it hasn't been mentioned that he was born as their child. It is mentioned that he accepted to appear as their child. So the word born wasn't used. He accepted to appear as their child of Devaki and Vasudeva. Those who read Srimad Bhagavatam will see that the term angikar is clearly mentioned, which means to accept. Hence, Devaki said, "Now that you have accepted to appear as our child, then please assume the form just like an ordinary human child, because no one will accept you as Devaki's child in this 4-handed form holding a conch, disc, club, and lotus." Similar to this query, those devotees had many others. Why? Because they did not have sadhu sangha. Hence, Swarup Damodar has said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya, chapter 5, verses 131 to 132, Ekanta ashraya koro Chaitanya charane. If you want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, you must approach a self-realized Vaishnav and hear from him. You can do this when you have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Bhakta Ganer Nitya Koro Sangha Tabe to Janibas Siddhanta Samudra Taranga. Associate regularly with the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the only way to understand the waves of the ocean of devotional service. In this way, we can come to know the waves of the ocean of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's divine teachings. It is not possible to know the entire ocean, but by associating with the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can absorb ourselves in some of the waves of that ocean. This is the reason why we have to repeatedly emphasize that Bhagavan's appearance is divya, it is transcendental, it is not lokic, worldly or mundane. Okay, I'm going to read this section and then we'll stop after this. Baladeva appears to give us knowledge of Bhagavan. The appearance of Baladeva is also transcendental. Baladeva is Prakash Vigraha. He appears to give us knowledge of Bhagavan and explain who Bhagavan is. Balaram holds a plow and a mace in his hands. Just as a field is tilled with a plow to sow seeds for crops to grow, Baladeva plows the field of our hearts to prepare it to receive the seed of bhakti. And by his mace, he subdues the opposing tendencies to help us surrender unto Bhagavan. That is why he is Guru Tattva. Alright, so... Oh, and let's read this section. This looks nice. Krishna Bhakti will appear by the mercy of Balaram. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said in his kirtan, Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite nayane babe nira আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে sangsara vasana mor kabe tuchha habe. When will I attain the mercy of Baladev, of Nityananda? When I attain the mercy of Baladev, Nityananda, then the desire for material enjoyment will become very insignificant. Otherwise, it will not go. Vishaya chariya kabe shuddha habe man. When the mind becomes free from material desires, it becomes completely purified. Vishaya means material sounds, touch, form, taste, and fragrance. By giving up these things and turning to the Lord, the mind will be cleansed. In another place, Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Jnani jivan mukta dasha painu kori mane vasuta buddhi shuddha nahe. Krishna Bhakti Vijñāna. Sorry. I read this wrong. Anyhow, I'm just going to continue on. We're almost out of time. There are many philosophical speculators, there are many Jnanis belonging to the Mayavad school who consider themselves liberated and call themselves Narayan. But their intelligence is not purified unless they engage in Krishna's devotional service. Vasuta buddhi shuddha nahe Krishna bhakti. Vasuta buddhi shuddha nahe Krishna bhakti vine. Without Krishna bhakti, the intelligence can never become purified. And Krishna bhakti will appear when one attains the mercy of Lord Nityananda Balaram. Through association, we will gain some knowledge about Baladev Prabhu. Only then will our hearts be cleansed, and we will be able to attain our ultimate auspiciousness. Until Baladev Prabhu plows the field of our hearts, making us qualified to attain Krishna bhakti, it is not possible. Okay, it is 8:28. Oh, this looks really nice though. We still have 2 minutes to read because we're finishing at 8:30. So let's read this. The significance of Nityananda Prabhu's outer appearance. Nityananda Prabhu also used to wear a variety of ornaments and fine silken clothing of different shades. Upon seeing him, people would remark that such an appearance doesn't suit him. Likewise, once a co-student of Chaitanya Dev approached him and complained about Nityananda's unusual appearance. Chaitanya Dev replied, The ornaments adorned by Nityananda are representative of Navada Bhakti, the ninefold process of devotional service. Please go pray to him for mercy, otherwise inauspiciousness will prevail for you. Nityananda takes so many forms for the eternal welfare of the conditioned souls. Is there anyone else in the history like him? Without the mercy of Nityananda, the heart will not transform. Entrance into Vrindavan is only possible by the mercy of Balaram. Didn't Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur come to Vrindavan? He received Diksha from Śrīla Lokanath Goswāmī in Vrindavan itself. He also performed Parikrama of Rajmandal. But despite all this, he says, Kabe hama herabo Shri Vrindavan. When will I have darshan of Vrindavan? In this way, Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur showed us the process of attaining real darshan of Vrindavan. Simply by residing in Vrindavan and continuing to engage in sense gratification, one will not get to see the real Vrindavan. Only by the mercy of Balaram can we get entrance into Vrindavan. I mean, Balaram is the one who manifests as Vrindavan. So, how can we get darshan of Vrindavan without he who manifested Vrindavan? When the mind is cleansed of all material desires, then one will have darshan of Sri Vrindavan. I can speak a lot about the details, but the mood will not come in the heart until the mercy of Balaram, the mercy of Guru Parma is received, just as I mentioned in the form of different pramanas, of different evidences. Humble submission is the prerequisite. No, I'm going to stop here. It's 8:30 now. So if you want to finish reading this this beautiful class by Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī, oops, I stopped sharing my screen once again. You can find it at, just go to vcvani.com and it will be the first class there. vcvani.com, and it's right here, Shri Baladeva Purnima. So you can read the rest of this class on your own. I don't want to go too much overtime. So we'll end here, and now we will hear a song by Bhavatarani Mataji. So, 1 second, let me just stop sharing the screen. She's coming here now. So, I grew up listening to all the songs of Bhavatarani Mataji.
So I want to try to have the guitar right next to my mouth so that you can hear the guitar also.
Okay, and this mic, okay, great, and I'll position this mic.
Well, I need to get close. Oh.
Is this chair, do you want to sit on a higher chair? This one's higher.
Well, no, I need to be able to touch the floor.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me see. I'll try your chair.
Is that okay? Can you touch the floor?
Oh, I can touch the thing there.
That's good.
And let's see. So where should I move the chair to the mic?
No, I can move the mic to you.
Well, okay. Well, let me see. The chair moves too. So how do you? So, I'm going to just play something and sing Balaram for a minute, and let me know if you can hear the guitar and the voice. Balaram, 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 Balaram.
Does it sound good? Shubhananda Guru says it is. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Excuse me. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his elder brother. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Krishna, Krishna, blowing on his flute. Balaram, friends and cows in his company, entering the forest of Vrindavan happily. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his elder brother. Pralambasura came to steal the transcendental brothers. Krishna knew he was bad, but he treated him like the others. Let's play here today in a dueling fight. The ones who lose, they must take the winners for a ride on their shoulders through the woods, swallowing their pride. Krishna had to carry Sri Dampra, Lambashura, Balaram. Carried Balaram far away, thinking he would kill him. Like a mountain, Balaram weighed, he began to crush him. Pralambasura took his form as a big black demon. Balaram saw his form expanding to the limits, decorated with gold earrings and a golden helmet, like a cloud with lightning carrying the moon. Balaram, Balaram, he will kill him soon. Balaram wondered how he's changed in every way. I can see now that he wants to kill me today. With his strong fist he did strike the demon on his head. With a crash he fell down upon the ground quite dead. Like a snake with a smashed head. Krishna, Krishna, and the cowherd boys came. Well done, they did all exclaim. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his elder brother. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his older brother. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his elder brother. Krishna, Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure. Balaram, Balaram is his elder brother.
Very sweet. I'm gonna have to. Do you have a recording of that?
It's on the Krishna songs.
Because I think my friend Rup Manjari, she has her son Nitai. She's very. She has a group called the Dauji, like Dauji Club, like and like all pictures of Baladeva kathā and like her whole family. They're very. Anyway, so I'll get a recording of that, and that would be like a nice lullaby for before Nitai goes to sleep. Band camp. Oh yeah, Dravida Gorilla. That's the funnest one.
They're also on ISKCON Vrindavan, but I don't know how to find them on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
On their subscriptions.
Okay. All right. So yeah, all these songs can be found on Bandcamp. I can send the link later. So everybody says Jai Ho Bhavat Tarani Mataji Shubhanandabu says Rukmini Jai Hari Bol. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook, Chaitanya Prabhu, Shashramaji Mandri. Okay, so I'll do Jaidwani and then we can end our program for today. Jai Shishi Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinor Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Śrīla Param Gurudev ki Jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai, Śrī Rupa Anuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Swaparshachi Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigana ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Mahārāja ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Shri Baladeva Prabhu ki Jai, Rohini Nandan Baladeva Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Baladev Purnima Titi ki Jai, Titi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Chaturmasya Vrat ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Ghevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And we have a guest here with us. Vrindavan Vilasini Mataji just showed up. Sorry. No, she's just showed up. Sorry. No, I could only see her face. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Hari Bol Rukmini. Let me just see all who's here really quick. All right, Ganga Mataji, Pradyumna Prabhu, Mantra Murti Mataji. Oh, Rup Manjari and Nitai, Raseshwari Mataji, Vidya Lalasa Didi, Sudevi Didi, Chaitanya Prabhu, Shash Sharma ji, everybody, Hare Krishna. And here on Zoom is Yashoda Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, Nuri Hari Prabhu, Rukmini Didi. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hari Bol. Shubhananda Prabhu. Yeah, okay, Hare Krishna. Dandavat.